Thank you for coming. We're going to get started with just a little history of the day. Today we're doing a tribute, which is somewhat a three-way tribute. A is for Armed Forces Day. President Harry Truman started Armed Forces Day in 1949 to honor those that are currently serving in our military, so we are honoring them today. We are also honoring the completion of the Veterans Memorial. We're very excited about that being done. We're not really excited about the construction in front of it. So we're here today, and because of the rain, we're here as well. We're also honoring Lloyd Grandprix, who was a big part of our band, and who also was a big initiator of the whole Veterans Memorial. And you'll hear more about that later. I'd like to ask all those who have ever served in any military branch to stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you, and thank you for your service to our country. We're thankful today for Father Henry Doyle for being here, for Richard Cook, for the Color Guard, who are from the Rice County Central Veteran, of which Lloyd was a part, and we know that we're all appreciating all he did. We're playing some of Lloyd's favorite songs. He told us at Christmas that he would like us to be a part of the celebration of the completion of the memorial, and so that's why we're here today. To get 30 people together at one time, which is almost as many as the audience that came last minute, I say that's pretty good to honor Lloyd for what he's done for our band and for everyone else. At this time, we're going to start by playing a patriotic medley called America on Parade. It was arranged by Ken Dye. And Chad Beanick is our conductor today. He was from our neighborhood of Montgomery Tri-City High School and now has moved up to Lakeville South High School. We're honored to have him. He thought a lot of Lloyd and he appreciates our band, so we're glad to have him. At this time, I'd ask you all to rise first for the presentation of the colors.
Forward, march. Most colors. Clear arms. Place that flags. You can see it.
also be reading a short poem on what it means to be a soldier. There's discipline in a soldier. You can see it when he walks. There's honor in a soldier. You can hear it when he talks. There's courage in a soldier. You can see it in his eyes. There's loyalty in a soldier. He will not compromise. There's something in a soldier that makes him stand apart. There's strength in a soldier that beats in his heart. A soldier is a title any man can be hired to do. Soldier is the soul of that man buried deep inside of you. Soldier's job isn't finished after an 8-hour day or 40-hour week. Soldier's always a soldier, even while he sleeps. Soldier serves his country first, and his life is left behind. Soldier has to sacrifice what comes first in the civilian's mind. If you are a soldier, I am saying this to you. Thank God for every soldier, and thank God for what you do. Our next melody will be Every Friday.
In honor of the families who are affected by those who serve, I read this. I wear no uniform, no dress blues, nor army greens, but I am in the military among the ranks rarely seen. I have not a ribbon upon my shoulder. Salutes I do not give, but the military is the world in which I live. I am not the one who fires the weapon, who puts my life on the line, but my job is tough. I'm the one that's left behind. My husband is a patriot, a brave and prideful man, and the call to serve his country not everyone can understand. Behind the lens, I see things needed to keep this country free. My husband makes a sacrifice, so do his children and me. I love the man I married, soldiering is his life, but I understand the silent rank known as a military wife. If everyone can now please bow their heads in a moment of silence in honor of those who are currently serving. This will be followed by an invocation by Father Henry Doyle.
Let us pray. Okay, let's October. Gracious and ever-living God, in whom we live and move and have our being, we thank you for all the men and women who have served, who serve, and who will serve in our armed forces in this nation. We thank you for their commitment, faithfulness to their particular branch of service, for their devotion and love of this country, for their families. We pray for them to continue to feel loved and supported. Help each of us to be ever grateful for and respectful to these men and women throughout the ages. Continue to strengthen all of them in heart, body, mind, and spirit, and continue to bless our nation and make us ever grateful for the freedoms we have in this country. Never let us take for granted all that you give us, Lord God, but help us to cherish it and to be ever, ever grateful to these men and women who serve our nation. Amen. If you're able, please stand for the national anthem. Right now, please. Set. All right.
Here is another poem from the Armed Forces Day, written in 2018 by N.J. Boyce, who is the wife of the U.S. Marine, published online at militaryspouts.com. May is the month we say thank you again to our uniformed troops, both women and men, to the families, the husbands, the kids, and the wives, for their service, their sacrifice, and sometimes their lives. We pay homage abound for their sleepless nights as they move and deploy to protect all our rights. Their spouses are strong and take care of all things. They deal with Murphy and all that he brings. They postpone their careers, their dreams, and their visions to fly solo, most times for the sake of the spouse's mission. Their kids are no different. The kids are resilient in spades. But that doesn't mean that they don't have hard days. They work to stay strong, and they count down the days till Mom or Dad come home. In military life, nearly everyone pays. They keep going to school, play with friends, and stay true. But be sure to remember that military kids serve too. Last, but not least, our loved ones who serve, past, present, and future, they lend us their nerve. They deploy for our country, sometimes are gone very long. Currently gone are 300,000 strong. They've chosen this life and have risked limb and neck, and they've made the conscious decision to sign that blank check. If you're not sure what to say to these folks, and your words seem to all get caught in your throat, just look up and smile and reach for their hand and say, thank you for always protecting this land. Say thank you for all of your nights without rest, for being the one who's put to the test. Thank you for everything, for all that you do. My family is safer, and it's all thanks to you. Active, retired, reserve, National Guard, or vet. Let us think of them always and never forget. The band will next perform Bob Logan's musical arrangement of the songs from each branch of the military armed forces salute. And if you're able, I recommend you stand up for the song that you like best.
Thank you, community band, for your wonderful music. We really appreciate it, and happy that you're here today. The color guard, people in our audience. I'm Richard Cook. I was co-chair of the Rice County Veterans Memorial Expansion with Lloyd Graham Frey. I want to give a shout out to one of Lloyd's longtime music accomplices, and that's May Botke, who's in our presence today. She and Lloyd played a lot of duos and trios around the community at the rest homes, at the community center, and any place that they were asked to play, they would show up. So welcome, man. I'm glad you're here with us today, too, and enjoying music, which I know is a great part of your life. There has been a Rice County Memorial since 1917, when that tall statue in front of the courthouse of a Union soldier was dedicated. July 10th, 1917, actually. You've seen early pictures of the courthouse, the first courthouse. The statue stands proud in front of that courthouse, and it survived the fire, which demolished the original courthouse in 1929, which, as we all know, is a tough economic time for our country. And then it was the monument survived controversy whether they should rebuild or build new the courthouse. And build new one out, and hence you see the beautiful Art Deco style courthouse that was built in the early 30s at the height of the Depression. So the genesis of our expansion was probably several people have been talking about we should do something out front of the courthouse. There hadn't been any additions made for quite a while. Some of the old adornments of the first monument had been taken down and removed, and there was a plaza, one flagpole, and an eternal flame, a gas eternal flame that wasn't working at the time, and when it did work, it was very costly to operate. So some of us, my dad included, we went to the Northfield Memorial dedication, and I think that was kind of the tipping point where I met with Lloyd when he was president of the Central Vets Association, shortly after he had finished his year as commander of the Legion, and he said, let's do it. So we gathered together a committee of interested people, many of which are still involved. A couple of them on stage from the original committee are Steve Ernst and Jim Doda. They've been involved since the beginning of our endeavor, which started in 2007 when Lloyd was president of Central Vets. So we met about weekly, sometimes a couple times a week, going looking at different memorials, talking about what our plan would be. We had to have a vision and a mission to start this process. So some of our members were really interested in first choosing a site location. So we looked at several sites around Faribault. One was Central Park, one is where the dog park is, the park down by the fairgrounds, that was looked at, the fairgrounds itself. And seeing as though this was a Rice County Veterans Memorial expansion, why not the courthouse? And that kind of won out over all the other locations, and the county agreed to let us proceed up there. And Lloyd and I, and Amy Lindsay was involved originally too. She's moved on to other things, as some of our other committee members have. The process for these volunteer and charitable endeavors sometimes takes longer than you expected from the start. But Lloyd, being one of our original chairs and longtime member of our our committee. He had many talents to contribute, which he did. He acted as our treasurer, and he also put his drafting skills to work, doing some designs that we had thought about, and put that on paper so we could see a vision of that. We created a budget, and we enlisted a memorialist, Jeff Anderson Memorials from Austin. They've been in existence for 150 years. They worked on the Northfield Veterans Memorial, the Rochester Veterans Memorial, and Jeff has received several awards for his design and placement of veterans memorials around the state and in other places. So being today that it's Armed Forces Day, it's extra special because part of our original mission of the expansion was a tribute to all veterans and all branches of the service. And that's reflected in some of the work that we've done up there. We may have created an ambitious plan. I think our budget originated at $455,000. We've been dealing with granite and memorial type materials. It can get expensive. We took a backseat to some other things like the Depression of 2008, other charitable projects that happened in Faribault, and we persevered. We didn't give up. And part of that was Lloyd's determination to see this through, even though he wasn't born and raised in Rice County. He was from Steele County. His home was here, and he had a determination and an obligation to fulfill that and see it through to the end. 12 years might seem like a long time, but when you look back at the Civil War monument that was placed in 1917, that's 52 years after the Civil War. And that was another group of determined individuals, Daughters of the American Revolution, and other veterans-type organizations or support groups of veterans organizations. We did different fundraising activities. We started out with a booth at the fair. We sold buttons. We raffled off a Harley-Davidson. And the biggest fundraising activity was the sale of the memorial pavers. And we have approximately 850 of those there at this point, and room for more. And the extra project we took on was to honor all the Civil War veterans that were mustered out of Rice County that died in combat or died as a result of their injuries in the Civil War. There's 76 of them out there around the Civil War monument. Final home. To get past our goal of $455,000, we had already raised $395,000. Things started to slow down. We were getting tired and wanted to bring this to fruition, and Lloyd suggested that we contact our legislatures and see what they can do for us. We contacted John Jasinski and Brian Danielson. They sponsored a couple bills at the legislature. One was a bonding bill, the other was legacy funds. When Lloyd made 10 trips, I made about 6 of those to the legislature and different committees to see this through. And last year's legislature dedicated those funds, so we got busy with the final pieces of this, which were the tablets to all military branches. And Lloyd was very instrumental in putting together the detail on those tablets, the history of each branch of the service, their motto, and the date that they originated. So if you get up there, take a look at those. That's part of Lloyd's work. And he put a lot of time into that, and he joked about how his friend Pat, who was an English teacher, helped edit his contribution to that. So thank you, Lloyd and Pat, for putting that together. Lloyd was able to participate in the placing of those tablets. That was last fall, before Veterans Day. We had a few days of good weather, and we were able to get those in before Veterans Day. I remember Lloyd being there, playing taps, and being able to see those placement and people being able to see them. One of the last things that conversations I had with Lloyd was we were just wrapping up our sign in front of Veterans Memorial, which simply says thank you, veterans. But one of our goals was to do all of the materials in the Art Deco style and materials that the courthouse was built with. And that was eminent that we needed to do that, and the sign out front is done in materials that match the courthouse and give a nice greeting. Thank you, veterans, to what's up on the hill and the courthouse as a backdrop. At a later date, we hope to, and we will, dedicate the Rice County Memorial to all the veterans, to all the branches of the service, for the community to enjoy and appreciate what our veterans have done for us over the years, and we hope that the band will be available to join us again. We'd like to get that done yet this year, and boy, it'd be nice for you guys to come back and help us dedicate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard, for giving us some insight view of what all went on with Lloyd and with you, and for all you've done for the county and the memorial. I think it means a lot to a lot of people. And with that said, we wanted to keep it somewhat short, and we want to thank you for coming. When Lloyd asked us to play at Christmas, he had a definite idea of which songs he wanted played as a trumpet player. I think he had that right, and he was going to run this thing, but I have a feeling he's playing his trumpet at the pearly gates now, and I'm going to ask him to put his trumpet down for a minute and hear the song that he especially asked us to end with, The Stars and Stripes Forever. While we're playing this, the color guard will retrieve their colors. If when we're done, there are refreshments in the back, please stay. And also, as you probably know, and if you don't know, the Veterans Memorial is within walking distance, just kitty corner across around the courthouse. If you have time to just walk down there and look at it. It's not raining, despite the fact we thought it would be a washout all weekend. It's not raining. So thank you all for coming, and at this point we'll let the honor guard, color guard retrieve their colors, and we will end with Stars and Stripes Forever.
Right. Get up. Right face. Present arms. Retrieve colors. Third arms.
Armed Services Day, and I'm here with
Gordon Elliott.
Gordon. Can you tell me what branch of the service you served in?
I served in the U.S. Navy.
And what years did you serve?
I served from 1969 till 1973.
And what part of the world were you deployed in?
Actually, we were an East Coast ship, but we served all around the world. We ended up making a world cruise, including Vietnam, during 1972.
Wow. What does a day like this mean to you in the celebration?
Well, it just makes me feel proud to have served this country and to serve the people and to see all of the others and to honor them for their service.
Well, thank you so much for your service. It was nice to talk to you today.
Thank you very much.
And now I'm here with one of the members of the band.
Hi, I'm Eugene Chase. I am a tuba player, baritone player, depending upon the particular time the band is playing.
And can you tell me what branch of the service you served in?
I was in the U.S. Navy for 8.5 years.
And where were you stationed?
I was stationed originally in a VP squadron, a patrol squadron at NAS Moffett Field in the San Francisco Bay Area, and then deployed to Thailand, the Philippines in support of the Vietnam War, deployed again to Adak, Alaska, and Guam, 2 deployments before I got out and went on to do other things. Then I was teaching at NAS Moffett Field people that were going to P-3 squadrons, and my last year I was aboard the USS Forstall on the East Coast working in the Air Traffic Control Center.
And what does a day like today mean to you?
Today is a great day to remember people who, when I was in the service, were not necessarily remembered very well. I can remember people who came back from Vietnam and were spit upon as they came back. So it is a very nice day to remember those people who continue to protect our nation and not only provide freedom for us, but around the world, helping other countries to have the kind of freedoms that we have enjoyed for many, many years.
Well, thank you so much for your thoughts, and thank you also for your service, sir.
You're very welcome.
And now I'm here with Richard Cook, who is a co-chair for the Rice County Veterans Memorial. Richard, can you tell me how it feels to have this completed now?
It feels good. We still want to dedicate and get things wrapped up around the courthouse and the government services building. You know, the season in Minnesota, construction season, is underway, and that kind of goofed us up on a dedication, but it was nice to have the focus here today on Lloyd, his connection to the Veterans Memorial, his love of music, and how that all plays out.
Well, thank you so much for all you have done for the veterans and for the memorial. It truly was a long time coming.
Well, it's our pleasure to do it. It's kind of a work of passion. You just keep going at it. You never give up, because we had a goal to complete it, and Lloyd was a big part of that. He and I played off each other and pushed each other, and I was happy that he was able to see it completed. Maybe not completely completed, because our power had been cut off, and the sign hadn't been landscaped around, but for the most part it was done. He saw a picture of that sign, and he just gave me a thumbs up last time I talked to him, and sorry to see him go.
Thank you for all you have done.
Well, thank you, Jan, Melanie, wherever she may be right now, Paul, all the chronicling you've done of these events over the years. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to having you at our dedication.
From the Congregational Church, United Church of Christ, I'm Jan Peper for FCTV.